If I had 10,000 tongues, I couldn't tell all that the Lord has done for me. So I'll keep on singing praise. Waiting for the sunshine. Waiting for the sunshine. Ooh, waiting for the sunshine. Waiting for the sunshine. Ooh, waiting for the sunshine. Waiting for the sunshine.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Room 412 podcast where we talk about real life topics through a Christian perspective. You are tuning in to the ladies' room. Hey ladies.
Hey.
All right, I'm Samantha. I'm going to be the host for today. And to my right is Key.
What's up? What's up?
We got Rez.
Hey, y'all.
And for you guys, this is your first time seeing our girl, Bree.
Hey,
I was going to say something else. I was going to talk junk, but I'm not going to do that today. This is Bree. So, yeah, let's get into this, right? We're talking, today's Mother's Day, so we're going to talk about what motherhood means to us. So, who wants to go first?
I guess I can go first.
Yeah, because you got the most kids.
So, hi, everybody. I'm the one with the most children. Let's just get that out. So kind of a short version. Motherhood is a form of a teacher, a nurturer, caregiver.
Yeah.
Someone to pick you up when you're falling. I don't know. Many things, motherhood it's so broad, but those are some of the things that sticks out to me when I think of motherhood.
Ladies. So for me, I feel like, and I say this all the time, and some people be like, no, really? I feel like I would be nothing if I wasn't a mom.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say my kids define me, but like
Huge part.
being a mother that's my title, aside from being a wife, like being a mom. I was a mom before I was a wife. Lord forgive me. But, just learning, you learn a lot about yourself being a mom. Like, you grow with your children, they grow with you. When nobody else love you, you got them kids.
Yeah.
To give you that love that nobody else can give you. And I think, so if I wasn't a mom, I don't know what I would be doing with my life. Like,
Trying to be a mom? I don't know.
I don't know, but that's just me. I definitely feel like for me, being a mom is huge for me.
Yeah.
So they get on my nerves, but I love it.
Always, for sure.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think?
You can wait.
Go ahead.
No, when I think of motherhood and what it means to me, I just automatically think of my mom and my grandmother and just how the kind of moms they were, and I don't know, just something about how they raised us, how they taught us things, how they, just directed us whenever we had issues or things like that. It was just something about their mothering that was just really special. So I knew that when I became a mom, I definitely wanted to walk in those same footsteps because I seen how well it molded me. Even when things were tough or anything like that, I can always go back to whatever my mom taught me or however my grandmother brought me up in church and, taught me things that way too. Like, whenever I think of motherhood, I think of that. And and then for myself, being a new mom, well, I won't say I'm not a new mom really now, but but just being my motherhood for myself, I don't know, it was such a tricky time, but I do see how much I've grown in being a mom too. And not that I'm an immature person. I think I'm a pretty mature person, but it's different. Like,
you grow with your kids.
That process is just so different, and I appreciate it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
makes us grow up for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Definitely for sure.
You don't want to, you got to.
Exactly. Like you have no choice but to.
It's my turn.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
be
Come on, it's your
greedy.
turn.
No, motherhood, I guess, kind of like to piggyback off what everybody said, Samantha, Sam, sorry. It defines me,
Yeah.
It's definitely a part of who I am as a mom. I wouldn't be who I am. My kids definitely helped me to grow up because I had my babies young. Well, at least one of them, my son.
Yeah.
I was an old lady when I had my daughter. Felt like it. But yeah, it's, motherhood. It just definitely means nurturing, growing. It's like a different person, different side of you. So, I guess that's what motherhood is.
What do you
to me.
guys think about that saying? Like, your first child is always something that you need. So they said, if you have a daughter first, it was for maturity. And if you have a son first, it was for more love. What do you guys think about that? Because I know for me,
Well, you must need a lot of love.
well, it doesn't count after the first one. But I know for me, the time, because I was also a young mom when I had my daughter. And I know when I first had her, there was a lot of growing up that I needed to do when I had her. So she came and she definitely matured me. So I think, in my case, that saying works well for me. What about you guys?
Yeah, I agree. I had a son first, and I don't know why I wanted a son first. So I did get what I want. But I think you're right with the love piece, right? Because it was like, I guess it was a void that he filled that, was missing in my life. And like I just mentioned, is that like, if nobody else loved me, I'm going to have this love.
Right.
And I didn't think I was going to have 4 kids, but I really didn't. I didn't think I was going to have 4 kids. And so I was content with my son. And the love that he loved on me. Not no more, because, he grown.
He grown now.
And he's smelling himself a little bit, so he more clings to his dad for like sports and all of that.
Yeah.
But, I try to be down, but
It's not the same.
no, it's not.
Especially with
so
sport.
I know he loves me, but he definitely showed me more love when he was younger. Yeah, but no, I think to that point though, I think that's true for me.
It was true for me, so.
I don't know.
You don't feel like you had to grow up. You was growing.
Not even that. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily like to grow up. I think it was because I had Ryan right in the depths of the pandemic. So I feel like, I don't know if it was to mature me, but it was, I feel like it was more to prepare me for something, or like I was going to need her in some type of way during that process. It's hard to explain because it was rough, but even with Ryan, and kids can be but my baby there was always those moments where she just made me feel great. So I don't know if it was necessarily to mature me, but maybe just to teach me something or prepare me for something in a way. I don't know. I'm not sure on that statement. Maybe when I have my second one,
you'll understand.
I'll see a difference. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. What about you?
Me again?
Yeah, yes, your turn. We down here, girl.
I guess I had a son first, and I definitely felt the love. Still feel the love for him. He's a big kid. We're like the same size.
Always.
But
Yeah, you are.
still tries to become one with my skin. Still
And try to get back inside, right?
He's
Why do they
always
do
like
that?
Cherish it, because like I said, he gonna stop.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna stop, but I definitely wanted a boy too first to like be the protector of whatever kids came next. And it's funny because I had a girl second, and I definitely feel like she helped. Was like making me mature. Like I do feel like even though she wasn't my first, I mean she's my first girl. So and that's it. And I have no more kids.
That's right.
I definitely feel like she's helping me to mature and pushing me to be like, okay, I gotta, be that mom. Like,
Yeah.
like playtime is over. My son was my experiment, but now I
Yeah.
got 2 kids. He's getting older. I have to mature,
Yeah.
It's like, you can't be lazy. Like, you got to do it. Even if you don't feel like being a mom, like, you got to be a mom.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That part. That
so,
too.
yeah.
You said something when you went earlier, and you said you had your son when you were young, and then you had your daughter when you called yourself an old lady. But to that point, do you guys, and I know Riss, you only have the one, but and you can still chime in. Do you feel a difference from when the first time you had your first kid, well, the time you had your first kid to like now, like your recent child? So like my youngest is 2, like your youngest is
1.
Is 1. So like, do you feel a difference from the time like you had Zoe versus the time you had JoJo?
Yeah, I do. I feel like with Zoe, she's 12. And I feel like it's just the time that I had her, I don't know, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I knew because I watched a lot of kids.
Right.
And then I, looked at my mom and my
Right.
grandmothers and stuff like that, but I didn't know. And then, my worries and fears as being a first-time mom with her back then, that doesn't really apply to me. It's like it's innate, which it is actually, but it feels like I operate without thinking about it
Right.
Yeah.
with JoJo, which is number 5. I told you I got a lot of kids.
What about you, Ray?
What?
Like the difference in like
Between
your
your first and your second.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, I feel like I wasn't mentally prepared for either kid.
That's true, though.
I feel like I wasn't, like,
What was I thinking?
With my son, it just was so surreal because it was just like, even my stomach growing bigger and bigger. It's just like, yo, I'm really about to have a kid. And then even when I had him, it's just like, yo, this is my kid. I can't give him back. Like, crying or the poop up the back. It's
Oh,
just
gosh.
like,
That's crazy.
this is my kid. I can't be like, don't you want to change your son? Like, I gotta, all these things I have to do.
Yeah,
With my daughter, it was just like, I thought I was, I had it down, but then I felt like I was starting over.
Yeah.
My
technically
kids are,
you were.
Yeah, my kids are 5 years apart. So it's
Yeah.
just like, I have someone that's able to verbalize how he feels, and he's potty trained, can basically feed himself. He's, a grown man.
Yeah.
So it's just like, to go from that to just crying.
Needy.
On top of
Needy.
crying, and it's just like, so what do you want?
Figure it out.
Like, what do you want?
Use your words.
Yeah, like,
your words. Use your words.
So it's definitely, it's starting over, and the
Absolutely.
sleepless nights, it was
my
a lot, and I work overnight, so that's just like a whole nother ball game, having to work overnight, a newborn, trying to get on that sleep schedule. So it was a lot. It was different.
I can also say for me too, Zoe felt like my sister for a long time.
Yeah.
She really did. She really felt like my sister for a long time because I just could not grasp that
Right.
I'm a mom. No,
Yeah.
this is your daughter.
Right.
Now, I was blessed with a very hands-on supportive system on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sit down. I was blessed to have that. So I didn't really, I felt it, but I didn't really feel it.
Yeah.
Like, I did the sleepless nights, but most of the time my mom would be like, give me that
Give me
baby.
that baby. Yeah.
Give me my grand. And it was her first grand too on both sides. So it was like, give me my grandbaby.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out, And sometimes I think it's another chance at motherhood for them too.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, we got a new baby. We could start all over.
Start
Let me get
over.
this baby.
Right.
This, So Zoe felt like that for a very long time. And if y'all ever see her, y'all think she my sister, but she's not. Because she try to operate like
That's your little sis.
That's my
little
mom.
sis now.
Compared
Yeah, it
to
is.
now, compared to, you said the recent one, my 1-year-old, JoJo, I literally had to do everything.
Yeah.
Like, my mommy wasn't there to pick him up when he was crying at 2 or 3
Grown
o'clock in the
married,
morning.
yeah.
Like, you know, I had to literally do everything on my own. I can't say, hey, Mom, can you,
I mean, you
can you come
can.
get him? I mean, I
That
can.
don't mean she coming.
But mommy not coming to my house at 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 a.m.
And, you know, sometimes daddy got to go to work. So we got to figure this
You're
out.
young at that
got to
point,
go to
yeah.
sleep.
Either you go shut up or I am. I don't know.
Somebody gotta go to sleep.
Somebody gotta go to sleep now, but that's I definitely see the difference.
Yeah, for me, so Tristan's 13, and same like you, I was living at home with my mom and stuff like that, and so yeah, she definitely helps out a lot, and his grandmother too. So he wasn't the first for my mom, first grandson, but he was the first for his grandmother, and so yeah, she was very hands-on in helping me and everything like that. So I think from then to now, definitely a difference. Like, I feel like I'm more aware of what I have to do daily.
Daily.
Like with Ari, you know, she's 2 and she's so demanding. She's so
has it honest.
bossy.
Yeah.
She has it honest.
No, she get that from Tootie.
Don't know about mama like that.
Like she do because I don't know, it's just different.
Yeah.
And I was just telling my mom the other day, she had said like, oh, these kids are spoiled or Tristan's spoiled, and I'm like, Mom, I think that like times have changed.
Yeah.
So I'm literally learning how to be a mom to a 13-year-old daily.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's not like how it was when we were younger and how our parents raised us. We didn't have technology. We didn't have, and we were able to go outside freely and do what we wanted to do and play outside all day. And our parents were not worried about like our safety. Like, I mean, they were concerned, but like, you know,
Yeah,
they
it was
didn't,
like
they
a
didn't have to
village.
worry.
Like it was
Yeah.
a village.
Yeah.
Like you can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna play outside till 8 o'clock at night,"
Right, you knew somebody
knowing
was
that
watching.
so and so in house 13,
Yeah.
so and so
Watching,
street
yeah.
is gonna make sure that we okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
We don't we are the villages today.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we
We
don't
don't
really
have
have
those.
those.
We spread apart.
Yeah. So I think it's a huge difference in that regard. And that brings me to my next topic is, do you find yourself parenting different from the way you were parented when you were a kid?
100%.
By your mom, dad? We're talking about moms, so let's stick on moms.
No,
I don't
Kiara.
think you different.
no, I
You testy junior.
I don't think you different, but let's
I
get into
am
it.
a very traditional
Byproduct. So
Yeah.
a very traditional mother. Like, and I think it's just because it's embedded in me. Like
Yes.
that's all I know.
Yeah.
And there are a few things that I do different. Like a lot of sass that I take, my mom does not.
Oh yeah.
So that's different.
but you want not to
and
do that.
definitely like with the whole phone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like my daughter, when she was able to get her nails and all of that stuff done, you know, there was a age limit
Yeah.
for that. Like if you're not this age, you're not
Right.
getting no
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter had a cell phone at 6.
Yeah.
And my mother was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's different with boys.
Yeah.
You know, see my
It's a
mom,
sliding scale.
my mom with my brother, she was just, oh my gosh.
Chill.
Oh my gosh, he get to do everything, you know, he get to do everything. And I think I have that I have that same problem.
Yeah.
Like my boys don't do no wrong. I mean, my daughter is my princess.
Yeah.
You know, she don't do no wrong either a little bit.
Tell two shame devil.
No, honestly, I just feel like it's not really that far off the way my mom raised me because that's all I know. So, you know,
Right.
I mean, only thing that's different is just the times.
Yeah. I
Like,
can see the
more
resemblance.
modern stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see the resemblance in you and your mom, like from just being around your mom. So I could tell, like, by the way she grandmothers
Yeah.
her children.
Yeah.
Your children. Sounds good, right? I don't know if that was a word, but yeah, I can tell by that. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm different, and I think my mom hates it. I'm more. I wouldn't even say I'm completely different. See, my mom, she taught us to express ourselves.
Yeah.
A lot of moms take that as like disrespect.
Yeah.
But she taught us to speak up for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure you advocate for yourself. Express yourself. Don't hold those feelings in, right? And I think that's the one thing that I really took from my mom, and I try to instill in my children, especially Tristan, because he's a boy.
Yeah.
And, you know, the stigma is that the men, they hold in their emotions.
Yeah.
And I would find him getting like angry or just being mood, like super moody. And so I'm teaching him, like, it's okay to come to me and express yourself.
Right.
It's okay to say, Mommy, I need a minute. A lot of parents aren't like that. But I give him his minute because he always comes back to me and says, all right, Mom, you did this and I got upset because it hurt or whatever. Even though I was playing, I knew I was playing, but I gave him the minute to like chill out, and then he comes back to me. So I think my mom appreciates that, but I know for sure, like, as a kid, that one flew.
No.
Oh no,
That one
absolutely not.
Right.
Even though she taught us to express ourselves, it was
Right,
a
right.
limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but in that regard, and I don't really do many punishments. Like, I didn't get beat as a kid, so because I was a good kid, so that's not instilled in me. I'm sorry, I can't relate. But I did get like grounded and stuff like that, but I just don't feel like it's effective. It's just me. And I tried to do a spanking or whatever they call it, and I felt stupid. So I'm never doing that again.
Oh my god.
I literally felt dumb when I was finished. I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, you know, it was ineffective. So that's not for me.
It's
You
not for
know, I
everybody.
popped the
It's not.
small
It's
ones,
true.
but that older one, you know,
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
it is.
At a certain age, you stop being kids anyway because it's ineffective.
Yeah. So that's
It's
just me.
ineffective.
Yeah.
But what about you, Riz?
I definitely act a lot like my mom.
Yeah.
I definitely do when it comes to, because she was also one that taught us to express ourselves, not be
Yeah.
afraid to speak and things like that. Even though she would say that, but really she meant we would be able to do that with my dad, not really her.
Oh,
Not
okay.
really her. It wasn't her.
It was a limit. It was a limit.
It was a limit because
Can't do that with her.
now we can, but like
Right.
she would
Yeah.
say that, but we really couldn't do that.
Yeah.
We had to go to
100%.
dad with that. But even with that, like she taught us that, and then the discipline part, you know, she was big on that because you're not gonna be out here acting a fool. I really feel there's a lot of kids out here that are doing just whatever because there is no structure or discipline. And I was raised with fear of my parents. I said,
Exactly.
my father too big, my mama too quick. I'm not trying to run for my life.
No, absolutely.
I'm not trying to run from. I want to go outside and play like everybody else.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So I definitely was raised that way, but it wasn't in a way where it was, you know, it really grew me. So like with Ryan, everybody like, you beat that baby. I said yes, because she's gonna get to a place where she's gonna go places or go to people's houses or things like. She got to know how to act.
Yeah.
And she got to know right from wrong.
Right.
Now I don't have to. Now the thing is, I don't have to get her all the time. Really, it's just to remind her, like, nah, you don't do that.
Right.
Now it's the thing where, because she's at the place where now she'll be 3, so she's learned to communicate and she really understands what you're saying and she knows how to respond back.
Right.
So she gets the fact of, oh, okay, I can't really do that or this. Like she's really less sinking in, so I don't have to get her like that now.
Right.
But it's because I started my thing is when a kid understand, like as soon as they really understand, you got to get them.
You got to direct them.
Because they'll take that thing and run with it. If you let them go too long thinking stuff is okay, then they'll never really, or it's going to be harder for them to get the fact that, no, you can't do that or you need to learn from that. But I definitely do take a lot of that from my mom, but I do see more with my own why it's so important.
Yeah.
Because I do see how it really is helping Ryan to learn.
Right.
Really learn right from wrong. So as she gets older, it's not as hard for her to get
Right,
the gist
right,
of it.
right.
So
Right.
I definitely take a lot of that from my parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's when y'all stare at me that I
Girl, because we're waiting for you to chime in.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel like I do a lot of different stuff than my mom. No shade to my dad, but he didn't really discipline me. So,
Yeah, you was spoiled. You still spoiled.
yeah, so my mom was a big discipliner. You know, she didn't play. She was one of those whatever was handy. And they had to make sure it hurt, you know, so I knew.
So you,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, so I knew if it was a comb and it wasn't thick enough, she had to, you know.
Yeah.
So my
Because
mom,
you need that reminder.
right, my
gotta
mom,
sting when it
she definitely didn't play. But when it comes to me, honestly, I'm bad because like I'll go to talk to my son, then I'll be about to crack up.
Laugh,
Like,
yes.
I gotta walk out, like, 'cause I'll be about to bust out laughing.
yes.
Definitely.
Like, I'll be trying to give him a serious face, and then I end up laughing, so then he think it's a joke, and I go, no, for real, I'm not playing with you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm-
You can't take the laugh back.
Yeah. You can't take it back.
You can't, like, it's hard. Like, a lot of times, like, me and Jermaine be looking at each other, like,
Yeah.
we gotta walk away because we start laughing. I don't know why it get funny when you want to discipline, because it's really not funny.
It's not.
The
But
problem
no.
is we're a bunch of kids raising
That's
kids.
what literally-
That's
that's
what the
what
problem
childish.
is.
Literally.
It's really not funny, but I definitely about to
Totally
laugh.
understand that.
But you
Like,
know
Debbie about
what?
to crack
These
up.
kids are different. They
are.
have silly.
They
Their
are.
faces.
Yeah.
They be silly.
like wait
No.
till they get to the age where my kids are. And I'm trying to talk to them all at one time, but you got Jaden lifting his shirt, facing his shirt, laughing like, and then you got Pootie trying to hold his head down, like he don't want to laugh. And yo, they getting Jackson into that too.
Oh,
and
my
Jackson is only
goodness.
2, he'll be 3. So, yo, I got a riot in my house. I'm raising a circus. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Speaking of not knowing what you're doing, let's give some advice to the first time moms out there. This could be their first Mother's Day, second Mother's Day, or
Yeah.
whatever. Let's give them some advice.
Since this is a Christian podcast, talk to the Lord.
That's a good one. Talk to the Lord. That's good. That's
That is a
good.
good one.
Ask him to direct.
Talk to that man.
Pray about it. Listen, I pray all the time. You know, it's a lot dealing with, you know, just parenthood in general. My
Yeah.
son, you know, he was diagnosed with autism, and he's a little angel, perfectly fine. Wouldn't even know that he has it, but that was something I had to pray about. Like,
Yeah.
I had to ask God for direction because I'm like, what did I do wrong?
Right,
Like,
right.
And it's crazy because when he was in my womb, I was like, God, I don't want, like, please don't let my son be born with a disability, you know. And he was born with one, and I was just like, I never doubted God, you know. I didn't say, God, why my son? I was just like, okay, God, what now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, God, put people in places to help me to know what to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
You know, he gave me a community of people. No one was ever like, your son? Like,
Yeah.
it was always like, they were always helpful. You know, if
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, talk to him, don't baby talk him. Everybody was like, okay, we're going to talk to you like you're a grown man.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, so I had all these different resources, and I did get upset, and I got frustrated, and I cried my eyes out. But I got it together.
Yeah.
And, you know, I talked to the Lord,
Yeah.
and he helped me out. So, yeah, first time moms with, you know, first time moms with a kid with a disability, like, it's definitely not easy. You have those moments where it's like, why God? And you get frustrated, and, you know, you do lose your patience. I always talk about how before I knew, and it's embedded in my head, was when he had like anxiety with eating. He was only like 1 or 2, and he will cry tears, like, and I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Eat, like, because it's stuff that he always eats.
Yeah.
And I'm just like eat, and I had to take him away, and I'm still like, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying?
Yeah.
And it was just like, he couldn't communicate to me like, yo,
Yeah.
mom, I just need a moment, you know, like how you said, like, like, I just need a moment, let me chill, then I'll eat. So it was just like, once I got his diagnosis and I learned, like, you know, those kids can have anxiety when it comes to certain things, I had to let my family know, you know, let him have his moment, he'll eat when he's ready,
Yeah.
you know, like.
That boy
so-
eat.
It does.
So it's just like, you know, those are things where it's just like, you know, you ask God, like, give me a village, like, give me patience, you know,
Yeah.
help me to do it, because it's like, you don't know. And also it's just like having a daughter, now I know what I'm looking for, you know,
Yeah.
and that gives me more patience. It's just like, okay, like, she doesn't, you know, she's, you know, not on the spectrum, but then she came out and she needed physical therapy because her head was like tilted to the side, and she was like stuck looking to the side, and I'm just like,
Okay, all
what's
right.
going on, God? Like, what we doing here?
Oh yeah.
Like, what we doing?
Yeah, like all right.
I know I asked for patience, but this is a little much.
But, I just was like, I've been through something before, like, and I just look at it like maybe God has put me in a place to help moms,
Right, right.
like, because I could bear it,
yeah.
maybe there's a mom that feels like she can't bear it. So, he's like, I know you got this, like, and I'm okay, like, and because he gave me so much grace with my son, it's just like, now I have those set of patience, to be like, I'm not worried, like, I'm okay, whatever comes with my children, I'm good. I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So that's my advice.
That's good. Chris?
The best advice I think I could give is give yourself grace.
Yes.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
The motherhood and especially if you're a first time mom, it's a lot. It's a lot trying to figure this out, trying to take in all this information, try to make sure you're doing this right, you're doing that right, you got this on time, they on that schedule. Child. It's a lot. One part I remember, and I had to really get that in my head, give myself grace. I remember I was so excited and gung-ho about breastfeeding.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that thing so
Yeah,
bad.
you
And I
did.
was, straight out the womb, sis was on me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't
Yeah.
need no supplementing or anything. I just breastfed her the whole time.
Oh yeah, you was making a lot of milk too.
I
I
were.
was doing great, guys.
Yeah, you were.
I was
You
doing
were.
great. But my postpartum had my anxiety on a
remember.
1,000.
Yep.
And I was so anxious to the point where my husband was worried because I was not eating. I could drink water and all of that, but when it came to food, I could barely bite it, and I couldn't eat anymore because my anxiety was 1,000. And if you've breastfed before, the beginning stages, the first week or two is hard because your skin got to get used. Everything got to get used to.
Yeah.
And I'm a kind of person, I can bear that. But my anxiety would not. It was like, nah, you can't do this. Yeah. And I felt so bad. I felt like a bad mom. I felt like I wasn't giving my baby everything. And then we're in the pandemic, so we had to limit exposure.
Right.
I could only talk to my mom mostly through the phone or through you guys through the phone. Like, I couldn't have a person. It was just me and Chris, and we both learning.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, I'm the only one that can do this. He can't do it.
Right.
So I'm just, and he wouldn't know. We're both in this together. So it's like, but I had to come to a place and talking to God, I was like, God, just help me find peace in this moment. Even if it's not going to work out, help me find peace with it. Right. And I remember seeing the phrase just come across in my mind, grace.
Yeah.
Give yourself grace. You're not a bad mom. You're always, I feel like that's the first thing you think when you're doing something wrong or they're crying too long. You're like, I suck at this.
Crying long.
But the truth is you are going to suck at this. You're not going to get it the first try. You got to find that community, and you will get, when you pray to God about it, you will get that community you
100%.
need. Yeah. But just remember to give yourself grace. Do not call yourself a man because you're not. You're doing a great job because you love that baby and you're willing to do anything it takes to get that baby what they need.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. Give yourself grace. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. So I have several.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
You gonna take some of mine?
I don't know.
Probably.
What I would say as a first time mom, to a first time mom or a mom to be, I would say, don't compare.
Oh yeah, that
Do
part.
not compare.
Yes.
Do not compare. You comparing yourself, whether you're comparing how this person, mommy, or how this person is making milk, or how this person is using this and this. What works for others will not always work for you or baby.
It will not.
Exactly.
Because that baby ultimately is going to decide whether if he wants your breast milk, he or she wants your breast milk, or they don't want your breast milk. So please do not compare. It's okay to spoil your baby. they don't stay babies for a long time.
Right.
Everybody say, don't spoil that baby, put that baby down.
wanna hold that baby?
Hold
Hold
your baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Hold your baby. You want to sleep with that baby on your chest? That's your business.
Do that.
Do that.
Yeah.
Another thing I would say is the community part. It's okay to, ask people for help.
Yes,
talk
definitely.
to other moms. It's okay to talk to other moms, but don't compare, yourself with those other moms. But it's okay to get advice from people or whatever.
And it's okay to not take the advice.
It's okay
Right.
to say no,
take
thank
it.
you, because every advice does
Right.
not need it, And it's okay to hide in the closet for 10 minutes.
Sure is.
It's okay to say, I need a break.
The closet,
Because
the
You're gonna need it.
Anywhere where you can get
The whole
by
way.
yourself, it's okay to do those things because, you're going to need those minutes, especially
minute.
because a lot of people we talk about depression, but we don't talk about
Not enough.
postpartum depression.
real.
And that thing is really real. Like you and baby crying and all types of stuff go through your head. We don't need to get into that, but it's okay to seek help. It's okay to do that. It's okay for that. Another thing is I would say if you can sleep when the baby is sleeping,
Yes.
do
that.
because
You're not gonna want to.
don't worry. You're not going to want to because you're going to want to look at the baby and make sure the baby's breathing. The baby is
The
fine.
baby's breathing, guys. The baby's breathing.
The baby is
Go to
fine.
sleep.
You're okay.
I did that faithfully.
Yes.
Go to sleep.
You're okay. The baby is fine.
All right, you breathing.
Right. And it is okay to not do laundry. Like, it's okay to not do laundry. It's okay to not wash the dishes and stuff. Don't let it get too high now.
Crazy.
Don't let it get too crazy. No, but if you have the
always
help,
tomorrow.
like I said, ask for the community to help you
for
out
sure.
and stuff
Your
like that.
spouse,
Y'all,
if you
I
have
can
one.
go on with a list of
Yeah, 'cause
motherhood
you're taking
things.
a lot of mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can go on because, it's so many things that I wish I would have known
Right.
coming
Yeah,
into
for
motherhood.
Yeah.
And then I learned, even it doesn't matter how many kids you have, you're still learning how to be a mom.
100%.
So go ahead, Sam.
What you say to
Well, I mean, what everybody said, listen, but also prioritize self-care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
That's a big one.
he said, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, hey, honey, or,
Yeah.
I need a break. Can you please take the baby? I want to go for a walk. Or I want to go get my nails done. Or maybe I just need time to be by myself and pray and talk to God. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to put yourself first, because you can't take care of your baby if you're not taking care of yourself.
Right.
So I would say that's the advice that I would give for me. As a first-time mom, I was young, so I didn't care. Like, I took care of myself. Like, I was still young, so I was doing things. Ma, here, take your grandson.
You're still selfish.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, here, take your grandson or whatever. But as an older adult, and I guess I can give myself this advice, even as a mom in general. Prioritizing self-care, something I don't do. So that's something that we should definitely learn to do. Find
sure.
what we love and hone in on that.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I think we could wrap up.
Yeah.
I want to I'm going to do a little special shout out to my mommy. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. Thank you for teaching me how to be a mom. Thank you for loving me unconditionally and being my support 1,000%. We don't live in the same state, but you will pick up and drop everything and just come to be with me, to help me in my time of need, to be there for my children. And it doesn't go unnoticed. So I love you for that and so much more. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Y'all want to say something to y'all mommies?
Listen, Tashu, you know what it is. I love you, old lady. And also to my mother-in-law. I love you too, because I
Yes.
definitely learned a lot from you, because I did grow up
Yes.
with you as well. So happy Mother's Day to you, ladies. I love you guys.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. Let me say my mother-in-law too.
Because mom be
You know,
listening to this podcast.
I know she does.
so-
I know you're gonna shout her out real good, but
yeah.
like from me to you,
Like, from
mom, you know, I love you. You're super supportive, especially when it comes to our children, and we got a lot of them. You teach them things, and I don't want to take up everything Brianna gonna say, but all right. But no, I love you so much. I am super blessed to have married into your family, to have you as a guide and a teacher, and yeah, I love you, girl.
I guess I go next. Mom, you know I love you. You have always been my rock, my everything. You've taught me well, and I can tell that by how I'm in my momming experience that I just appreciate you so much. To my mother-in-law, you like basically called me your daughter before the ceremony even happened, and I appreciate you for that. All your advice, all your support. I just really appreciate you. So to my moms, I love y'all. Oh, I am turning this mic up. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I do.
Yes.
So you can tear it.
I'm not gonna do it. Ma, you know what it is.
You know what it
I'm
is.
looking at. Oh, okay. Ma, you know what it is. Happy Mother's Day to you. I love you. Get emotional every time I talk about you, think about you, because you are just that great of a woman. You're the best, you know. And yeah, cause that. And shout out to my mother-in-law. That's my girl for me. Like, call her if somebody need to get beat up.
That's it. I'm gonna call her too.
Love her.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to these moms, these ladies.
Aww.
Love them. They're
Love you too,
hardworking
Brie.
moms.
Shout out to you.
For me.
Yeah.
They're part of the village that help me with my kids. You know, they help me stay sane. You know,
We got you, girl.
into them. So yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the ladies, moms to
That's
be
out there.
You know, married moms, single moms. You know, all of the moms
with angel babies.
Moms with the angel
that
babies.
part. You are still a mother.
Still a mother.
You are
Yes.
still a mother. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in today to our Ladies' Room Mother's Day edition. Stay tuned for more episodes.
Peace out.
Bye, y'all.